This is a truly fantastic valley, as I've said before. Wonderful rock formations, fabulous mountains. I mean, look at that. Look at that. That is Wallowbarrow Crag. An absolutely fantastic place to go climbing. Ooh, I'm having some spots of rain. That wasn't in the forecast. Oh, well, actually it was. It did say there was a 10% chance of rain. It's another sheep. These, incidentally, are Herdwick sheep, kind of peculiar to the Lake District. They make a big noise about them up here. They're very good to eat. Well, I used to think that. I've actually not eaten any meat for a couple of weeks. It's all part of the weight loss program, which is going all right, to be honest. And tomorrow, when I get paid, once this week's invoice is settled, I'm going to be ordering a kick bag and some gloves to hang from the tree in the back garden. I'm going to start with my taekwondo nonsense again. It'll appear in a video quite soon, no doubt. Because I am, of course, a self-indulgent, narcissistic motherfucker. This is a little village called Seathwaite. Very charming little church. There's a campsite not far from here as well. I've actually camped there a number of times myself before I even lived in the Lake District. But tell me now, is this not a wonderful place to be riding a motorcycle? I think it is. Two more topics for discussion before I get to the Wrynose Pass. And here's one of them. You will have heard me refer, if you've seen my previous films, to my eldest son, Benji Mouse. Hello, Benji Mouse. Well, late in the summer last year, the Benji Mouse, almost got that completely wrong. I'm too busy talking. Yeah, I didn't want to go right there. Yeah, I'd forgotten about that little T-junction there. We're going this way. So yeah, the Benji Mouse late last summer bought himself a new motorcycle. It was Benji Mouse has owned 37 motorcycles, I think it is, and they've all been nice machines. You know, he doesn't buy nails, but he gets bored of them very quickly, it seems to me, and trades them in, swaps them for something else, and then that's his beloved motorcycle for another 3 months. Well, he bought himself a new Triumph. He does like his Brit bikes. I forget what it is though. Is it a Speed Triple? I don't know, 765 anyway. I lose track of what it is that he's riding at any given time. So he's laid out like several £1,000s on, well, more than that I imagine, on buying a motorcycle that's almost brand new. And he said to me at the time, he said, this is the first time I've owned a bike from what is practically new. I mean, 80 miles on the clock when you buy it, that's a new bike, isn't it, more or less? And he swore that he was keeping this one for a bit. A few days ago, he told me he'd bought a new one, he'd traded in his old new one, and he's bought a new one. I'll have to find out what that is, and I'll put it up in the text up there. But yeah, he's so promiscuous with his motorcycles. Whereas this one, you know, I've had the Magnificent Beast here nearly 2 years now, and I have no intention of letting it go. The very thought, perish that thought. I'm keeping this until it dies. Speaking of which, we have just passed the 21,000 miles mark on the clock here, which means that I have now done 17,000 miles on this motorcycle, and I've loved every one of them. It's now due a full service, and I'll be doing that throughout next week. Also, the Murgatroyd's Benelli BM125 is having a service. The Murgatroyd is away this weekend. I've got abandonment issues this weekend, but she's home tonight. As far as I know, she's ordered the service kit for the Benelli, and so I'll be doing that tomorrow morning, and then I'll be working through my service schedule on the Magnificent Beast here as the week goes on. Lots and lots of mechanical stuff to do in this 4 or 5 days ahead. Looking forward to it. Having said that, I have no intention of letting this bike go. I am feeling the need for a second motorcycle. Ooh, look at the state of that road. And it seems to me that I have to make a simple choice. Do I repair my Suzuki GSX 600F? I've kind of hit a stumbling block with that, and I simply cannot get the exhaust pipes off. I need to replace the exhaust system. You'll remember this from previous jibber jabbers. I just don't want to give up on that motorcycle. I absolutely adored that motorcycle, but it failed its MOT back in October, and I've sort of vacillated between just scrapping it and getting an adventure bike, or I don't know, doing a bit of a Street Fighter transformation on the GSX, but I'm still stuck on this not being able to get the exhaust pipes off. I've been looking into different methods of extracting bolts that are so corroded that they just kind of flake when you put a spanner on them. And I think that I may have come up with a solution. I'm going to be working on that tomorrow too. If anybody in my audience wants to tell me anything that they know that I do not about extracting corroded bolts from your exhaust header pipes, flanges, whatever you call them, as you'll know, I'm not a motorcycle mechanic, then I'd like to hear your contribution. If I can get the exhaust pipe off tomorrow, I am then going to be committed to getting Mr. Suzuki back on the road. If I can't do it, then he's going to the knacker's yard, and I will then be looking for an adventure bike. It's a good job I've been talking so much, otherwise I'd be looking for ways to overtake this VW Polo, who is travelling at a speed of 18 miles an hour. I don't get impatient with this too much. People come up here on holiday, they don't know the roads. These are, to the unwary, he's pulled in anyway. Yeah, really quite difficult roads to ride. And so you've just got to be patient with them. He's out of the way now. I particularly like this bit. As you all know, I do like my rock formations, and I do especially enjoy this one. Very close now to the beginning of the Wrynose Pass, so I'm going to end today's film just around the corner here. Thank you for watching. Thank you to all my new subscribers. We've had another surge this week. What's he going to do? Okay, you can stay where you fucking are, and I will go here. Like I say, they're not familiar with these roads. I think I'm now on 207 subscribers. This time last week I was not even at 200, so that's lovely. I do appreciate your subscriptions, and as I always say, keep watching, there is lots more to come.